Okay.
Okay, finally. Can
Yeah.
you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, now I
This
can
this
hear you.
always happens
Oh, it
whenever
does? Okay.
something.
Uh,
No, I'm not talking about live. I'm talking about
yeah.
any presentation, anything that you are trying
Hi.
to do technically.
Yeah. It
Last moment,
happens.
something will happen.
Hi, George. Thank you for joining. Thanks for being back with us. Thanks for staying in. Yes, good. Finally, we sort of figured out how the tech works. I don't know if we still figured it out, but yeah, I think the tech figured us out that these guys, the only way these guys can be. Yeah, but yeah, nice. Good. Excellent. Okay. Let's see.
Right. So I see that there are a few people who have joined, and there are questions also. What is this live about? Shall I
I think
quickly
just two
get
people.
into that?
Yeah, just two people having a conversation.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
but
just
yeah,
to
go
keep
for it.
having a
You're sure. You
conversation.
sure. You're sure. You have. You're sure.
Yes. Right. So, and the entire purpose behind this conversation, this chat, is to uncover certain level of clarity. In the next 15 minutes, what I want for all who are watching, as well as me, is to go back with a sense of clarity of how to achieve excellence. That we will do by uncovering the process behind what makes a great speaker great. Raghavan, are you on board to give us the said clarity?
Of course. Of course. I don't know about great, but yeah, whatever I can, man. Whatever I can. Yeah.
I don't need to ask your permission though. For this to
Yeah.
be successful, I do need to ask a permission.
Yeah.
Can I do that?
Yeah. Yeah. Please go ahead. Yeah. What is the permission you need?
The permission is that I want you to be your complete, authentic self throughout the next 15 minutes.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I'll
Is
try.
that something you can do?
Of course. Yeah. I'll try.
Awesome. Great. That's all that is required. Right. So I see that there are about 13 people watching. All of you, sit back, enjoy. This will take 15 minutes. You will walk away with a sense of clarity on how you can proceed forward in your quest towards excellence. Right. So, shall I ask you the first question?
Yeah. Yeah. Please. Looking forward.
Right. So, Raghavan, you are a person who inspired me to rejoin or resume my journey of public speaking. I'm not sure if I have told you this before, but in 2017,
Mhm.
I saw a speech that you were delivering, that you were presenting. And after you finished, I was thinking to myself, man, if I could reach that level of clarity and that engagement with the audience, I will have made it as a public speaker. Right. So, what I want to ask from you, the first question is, what do you consider as the most important aspect of public speaking?
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, first of all, thank you, Ihab. It takes a generous heart to say what you actually just said. See, I don't know about the rules of public speaking, Ihab, but one thing that I've always done every time I have spoken, wherever it is, right? It's just to be yourself on stage. It's absolutely okay, right? To be your unabashed, honest self, whatever you are. I mean, doesn't matter who you are, what background you come from. The stage loves you just the same way. And I remember the speech that you're talking about. It's about the bike ride. Yeah, it's called Lucky Number 13, where I talk about just mock racing on the
Oh,
streets.
this was not the
Um,
speech. This was not that speech,
not
Raghavan.
that? Ah, not that.
No.
Okay.
Do
What
you
was it? What is
remember?
the speech about?
This was in Chennai, in a
Uh-huh.
hotel called Hotel Zen Garden. I think it was Zen Garden.
Aha. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
a combined meeting of sorts
Right.
where different
Ah.
Toastmasters club were
Right.
conducting,
Uh-huh.
and you, Sridhar, Ranganathan, and
Mm.
Kritika, all of you were
Right.
speakers.
Aha.
This was the first time that
Okay.
got me
Yeah.
to start.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but I mean, the answer still remains, right? It's just that I love speaking, Ihab. I mean, it's just something that all of us have our own quirks. Mine is public speaking. I've always loved speaking. The stage has been very kind to me. So To be a really good public speaker, I think the only mantra is just be you, because there is space for each one of us, whatever you are, whatever you know, you don't know, whatever you like, don't like, whoever you are, just bring your natural self to the stage, and the stage will give you a place to showcase that to the world. So it's just that,
And what does
just
that mean for
happiness.
you, being yourself?
Yeah, for me, it's, I just love people. I, I can hold my own coffee alone. It's not that I am not happy being alone. I can be just alone with a book and a coffee, and I've done that also. But when I'm with people, right, it's one, two, 500,000. It doesn't matter. It's just a transmission of energy, and I love being on this part of the stage where everybody's eyes are on you, and in a very deep sense, I really enjoy being my vulnerable self in front of people. You may get judged, you may appear fat, I may appear fidgety, nervous, sweaty. It doesn't matter. It's something I've grown to embrace. It's absolutely fine for me to be vulnerable on stage as long as I'm in front of people. Yeah, and I love smiling, and I yeah, it's a kind of a zone that I got. I don't know if I have enough words to describe that zone, but I only know that the stage is such a lovely place to be in. It embraces you as you are, your flaws, your strengths, your highs and your lows. It just gives you a place to. Question is, are you
So
courageous enough to be yourself on stage?
yes, and what I'm uncovering from this is that you are saying being yourself, and for you that
Mhm.
looks like being in front of people, being with people, and being vulnerable and authentic. What I was saying is, for you, it is about being in front of people and being vulnerable and authentic. Can you hear me? Can the people? Oh wow, this has happened again. Can the people on who's watching us hear me or hear Raghavan? I'm just looking out for comments. Just let me see. Yeah, so okay, so Ryan is saying that he can hear the both of us. Somebody is saying that you can't hear Raghavan. Lokesh is saying we can hear you, Ihab. Smiles is saying Ihab is audible.
Hey, I can hear you. Can you?
Yes, Raghavan, I can hear you. I think
Okay.
probably to do with the network.
I don't know, or maybe my headphones are playing with me. But yeah, go. Oh, not hearing Raghavan. Okay.
Now I can.
Uh,
Now I think we can.
or you say you can't
Raghavan,
hear me now. Can all hear me? Oh, can you?
yes, I can hear you, but
Okay. He's
it
back.
seems
Okay, yeah,
like
it's
people
it's
are.
a, oh no, you were right, Ihab, when you said, you remember during the practice that it'll be 10, 15 seconds behind. And yeah, I think it's that.
Okay, okay. Yes,
But
yes,
go for
yes,
it.
yes,
Go for it.
yes.
Go for it.
Perfect,
Yeah.
perfect, perfect.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead then. Let's go ahead with the second question.
Ah,
Right? We'll start fresh with the second question.
ah.
Now, there are moments when you know that, okay, I have to deliver a speech or a presentation in front of a set group of people,
Hmm.
right? I want you to take me and everyone who's watching through what is
Mhm.
your process from the time you know that you have to deliver a speech till the time that you are on stage. What is your
Hmm.
process?
You are actually double clicking on something that's very intimate, huh? It's
I
something
asked you,
that
will you be candid? Will you be candid and authentic?
yeah, but this is this is a level of intimacy that only a speaker and the stage know. But hey, I mean, lovely question, yeah, because it touches on something that's very deep, right? And at this point, I would actually say different speakers have different processes, yeah, and I am only going to tell you mine. It's not the silver bullet. It's not even the winning formula. Okay, it's just mine. So you have what starts for me. It starts with the heart. Yeah, it's not starting with the mind.
Mm-hmm.
When I know I have to deliver a speech, uh, I first look for the sense of occasion, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's a competition, whether it's a club speech, whether it is an educational session, whether it's just a chat between a long lost friend of mine or you for that matter. So it starts with the sense of purpose, occasion, and place. Yeah, then I just put my heart out there and see what it comes up with. And that's what basic prep starts from. It starts with the heart, and then once I get a feeler of what I want to do, then I send it upstairs to the guy hiding below the hair. Ask him, okay, what do you think? So the prep starts with knowing what I'm going to speak on, and then a little bit about how I'm going to speak on it. And Ehab, I was a believer on not writing a script at all, man. Okay, I wasn't capable of memorizing something and then sort of knocking it off in a pattern. It didn't work for me at all. But from there, as a speaker, I started evolving because that Raghavan used to struggle many times, used to bomb many times because you went in unprepared with some idea in your head and suddenly your head can be off. Some
Mm-hmm.
disturbances can come in and then you sort of lost your train of thoughts. So from there, the Raghavan today into, yeah, it starts with the heart still, it then goes to the brain and then you get something and then I pen it down. I am still a pen and paper guy, but now I'm into my voice notes, journals, writing on laptop and everything, and then I prepare a content, preferably a script. Doesn't mean I stick to the script and memorize and go through the flow, right? But I do channelize it, I put it down so that when I am clutching for straws sometimes on stage, the words sort of come in and then I can hold on to something and go. Yeah. So firstly it's the heart, then comes the content, and then
Mm-hmm.
I am so for me personally it becomes very difficult to sort of practice in front of the mirror, man. I'm such a very bad judge and a critic of my own self. So whenever I look at the mirror, I can only see how bad I look from side angle, how my tummy is protruding, how my tucked in shirts are crumpled, all that. Yeah. So I am not very comfortable with watching myself. But what I can do, and I do quite frequently, is my daughter is my guinea pig. So I start talking
Wow.
in front of her. Sometimes my wife and my wife is also like, yeah, good. I have better things to do. And she sort of walks away. So
Very
sometimes I
relatable.
practice in front of friends. Yeah. Um, but yeah, but she gives outstanding feedback. Just that feedback is hard to get. You don't get it very often. But my daughter patiently listens. Sometimes my friends are there when I try and practice. So it's all about tightening your stage hologram. How do you position yourself on stage?
Mm-hmm.
What do you
Makes
speak? How do
sense.
you speak? Stuff like that. And I always check in with my mentors, no matter what I'm doing, whatever I'm speaking on. I at least drop in a note and say, this is what I'm trying to do. What do you think? And once
Mm.
I get feedback from all these sources, right? So from my heart it's a tick, from my brain it's a tick, from my family it's okay, or my friends it's fine, and then my mentor also says it's okay, then it's time to take to the stage. And then on stage I sort of let go a little bit. Yeah, you
Yes.
just let it go because
Yes.
anything can happen, man. A breeze can come and hit you and take you to heights, and the same breeze can come and just put you on the floor and wipe the floor with you. So, but I try to enjoy it as much as possible. Some stages are yours, some are not. Sometimes the mic works, sometimes they give up on you. But
Yes.
so
Like
for
today.
me, the yeah, for me the process starts there. Try to get the
Got it.
sense of purpose. Just put your antennas out there, take the emotions in. Wear that smile always. Put your heart out. And while I prep content, I don't. It's not driven by the head at all. I
Got
remember my mentor, actually Jayan Narayan, who once told me, "Don't let the truth spoil a story, or don't let a truth stand in the way of a good story." So sometimes I just sort of go crazy,
Yes. I
but yeah, then
completely
of
get
course
that.
you must, yeah, yeah. But I was
Yeah.
just finishing. But
Yes.
you must write a script. You
Mhm.
must practice, no matter how many stages you have been on, because the next stage is still a new one, and just pull you up like that.
I think that's
So
what I'm
yeah,
taking away from this as well. You mentioned it starts with the heart. You see what is the occasion, what you want to speak, how you
yeah.
want to speak, and all of that. But once you know that, okay, this is what I want to do, then you write a script,
Yeah.
you practice, whether it be in front of your family, with who are
Yeah.
usually your toughest critics, and you practice in front of your mentors, even a
Right.
single small note, so that
Correct.
you get feedback, and then you go ahead and give on the stage. Whilst you're on this, in the moment that you're on the stage, anything can happen, but
Anything happen? Yeah.
that practice has to be there.
Absolutely. And just to complete on that, yeah, it has not got to do only with prepared speeches or only to do with,
Good point.
very scheduled speeches or anything. Even with many educational sessions I do, right? And I know there is a campaign going on world over where people are criticizing a PowerPoint, saying that slide deck, throw it off. What's the use of a PowerPoint? It's more. But for me, what happens is, if you look at my PowerPoint slides that I do during sessions, they are friendly notations for me. They are visual notes for me. You see nothing on my slides. There is just a picture, maybe a word. That's it. But what that helps do is it helps me jog my memory. I show a picture on stage, I never forget what I'm saying. And when I show a picture to you, you don't forget what's happening. It's usually an acronym, a metaphor, a picture. That is my prep, and those are my notes actually. So they are just modern notes that I use. So I am a huge fan of a visual aid. And even that I send sometimes to my mentor. Sometimes they respond, sometimes they don't, but it stays there. That process step is always there. Yeah. So, yeah.
Great. Great. So, by the way, I'm not sure if you're noticing, but I think Lokesh, Turning Pages by Anubhav, Jitin
Uh-huh.
George, everyone is saying that great advice, great tip,
Oh,
and
thank you.
all of
Yeah.
that.
Thank
So,
you. Yeah.
something is certainly resonating with people.
Yeah. I'm very scared to touch my phone because the moment the WhatsApp message
Because
popped,
I know.
I swipe it up, the audio lost. So
Got it, got
thank
it.
you. Thank you, guys.
So,
Thank you.
one point that you mentioned in between that you were mentioning in the story, and that brings seamlessly into the next question as
Mm-hmm.
well. You
Mm-hmm.
spoke about previously you were a person who did not write scripts, and
Mm-hmm.
you had a tendency to struggle or bomb.
Mm. Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, what was a memorable speech that you were well prepared with, and then
Uh-huh.
you bombed on stage, and what did you do after that?
Okay. You're making me open up to something that's, yeah, that's, mm, how do I tell you? Uh, no, Ihab, I mean, I have bombed on stage, man, so many times for just the kind of speaker I was and still am for many times, right? I mean, when you put your heart out there, it hurts, man. I mean, the stage slaps you hard, huh? If you go unprepared, if you take it for granted, if you feel entitled and you walk as if you have a swagger and you put your chin up and all that, the stage slaps you hard. There are many moments I have flopped right from school, but I'll tell you the day that sort of shaped me for who I am. It changed the person I am. Okay, and you were witness to a previous stage of that bombing. I was telling you about the 2018 speech, right? Lucky number 13. Um, it was a perfect speech. You have everything about the speech was fire, man. It was a fantastic speech. I speak about bike racing, where people who bike, if you're watching, you might know, when you drive down and in the middle of the drive, if you're a little bored, I engage with mock races, right? Someone on the road going, he or she doesn't even know, but I am engaging with a mock race with that person, and I'm just, he or she doesn't even know. I'm like, hey, I won the race types. So one day when I was doing something like that, the person who I was racing, mock racing with, he came very close to me, pushed the throttle and then went ahead. Then I realized, okay, this guy is also racing me. And then I ended up racing with him for 40 minutes, 45 minutes until my workplace. And then just around the end, there was a small speed breaker. There was a pavement speed breaker, a small gap and a pavement again. And I was like, okay, let me not hit the speed breaker. Let me avoid it by going there. And that will give me a couple of seconds and I'll win. And I tried doing that maneuver. I did avoid that speed breaker, but in doing that, I lost seconds, which the fellow biker didn't even care about the speed breaker. He just came, chuck, chuck, he went, and then he finished the race and he won. And then later he came and told me, if you had not tried to avoid that speed breaker, man, you could have won. And so I wrote a speech stating speed breakers are like the challenges in your life. Don't try to avoid them, just face them. Yeah, that was a fantastic speech. Yeah, but on a script, it was beautiful. And then I remember delivering it in Chennai in a division contest, and I was on form, Damaja. I was just fire. There were fire extinguishers and all that had to be employed. The stage was on
Can I tell
fire.
the audience,
Yeah,
can I tell everyone who's
yeah,
watching the impact as an
yeah,
audience?
uh,
So,
yeah,
everyone listening, I want you to know this is a speech that I had a chance of witnessing, and I think it was a crowd of maybe 200, 300 people.
yeah.
And there was this one moment where two specific moments, unexpectedly. Once, when Raghavan was speaking, and he was talking about how he was prepping for that bike race, and unfortunately, his watch came off. And
Like
whilst
this.
he was speaking, he was not able to fix it. It took him about 5, 6 seconds to fix it. But when he fixed it and he delivered, he moved on with the story. At a later part of the story, at the later part of the speech, towards the 6th minute or so, he brought it back and he said, "This time my watch was completely set and nothing could stop me." The audience went mad. Audience were like, "Oh my God, what has Raghavan done?" So yeah, this is what the audience was
Yeah.
feeling. Absolutely right. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Raghavan.
yeah. And I mean, you were saying two moments. I think the second moment also was about my daughter, right? So in the
Yes.
speech, I say, I start off talking about my wife, and then I say, now we are married and we have a 3-year-old daughter. And somebody in the audience, I mean, 1-year-old daughter, and somebody in the audience clapped. And I was like, hey, hang on, there is a moment there. And I said, yeah, please clap for it. It's all my effort. Even to me, that's the single most uh, memorable moment for me in all of my stage journey, right? So, but the reason why I am myself talking about it, Ihab, is it all sort of built up, right? And I won that contest.
Mm.
In and in 2018, I was in peak speaking form, yeah, and this moment was peak, and I was like, my head was only up. I didn't see anybody like this at all. I was only looking at the sky for 3-4 months because the finals was happening in Sri Lanka. And so I was floating. I was at peak arrogance also. You couldn't stop this, Raghavan, that speech. I was walking like a peacock. I was just so arrogant back then.
So
Then
what
went to Sri
happened?
Lanka, man. It's that hall is called Bandara Naike International Auditorium. Okay, it's a 1,500 seater hall. Yeah, there are people sitting in the ground floor. There are people sitting in the balcony. I
Mhm.
went to the stage and I was like, people are watching me from balcony and all. I was in fire. And then that speech, yeah, so that speech is so vibrant, so energetic. People are jumping in. I'm speaking, I'm delivering. It started. It's the finals of the district contest. It's the dream I have been chasing for 5-6 years until then. So it was the biggest day of my life until then, and a cracker of a speech, yeah. And right in the middle of the speech, when this race is going on, and I'm looking at the audience, I'm breathing in that space, and I'm putting my heart out, and I'm delivering. And right there in the middle, in the ground floor, there is a gentleman sitting, Ehab. Red shirt, white polka dots. 7-8 years down the line, I still have nightmares about that guy. And you know what he's doing? He's doing this.
Oh no.
Not yawning, not pretending, just bang on sleeping. And among the 1,500 people, my eyes somehow, while I'm just moving along, caught sight of that guy. I lost it, man. I forgot the sentence I was speaking. I forgot the previous sentence. I forgot the next sentence. I forgot the sense of occasion. I'm looking up and down, and people are watching me from the balcony and all. I'm just standing there, right in the middle of the stage. I don't know what's going on. And I remember nothing else about the speech except that 5 minutes, what felt like 5 minutes. Even today, how I felt, what was happening. It suddenly became hot. I could feel heat rising from my stomach. My necks were hot. My ears were getting red. The um, the green card came. A red card came. And George is saying voice cut. No, George, voice didn't get cut.
It's
I
back.
went on a
It's back. Fysel is
silent.
back.
No, I didn't speak that time. I was just telling you what was happening. It was pin drop silence there. I was only responding and reacting. It was meant to be an effect. You have, but the thing is, I lost it, man. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what was happening. And then I don't know what I did. And then I remember the yellow card coming, and then I wrapping up something, gave some message, and then I came down. And then the entire hall sort of came to Toastmasters, right? They're always kind. So everybody came and gave me condolence messages, and I was like, dude, I am a division champion, dude. And then my friend put his arms around my shoulder and said, not anymore, man, not anymore. I think you have to sort of go back from the scratch. That broke me, but from the broken pieces came the Raghavan of today, who knows better than to think you are bigger than the stage. None of us are bigger than the stage. And if the stage decides to, can throw you off, Ehab. It can just wipe the floor with you. Yeah. But I learned it that day. Ehab. That was epic failure. I haven't seen anybody in the last 10 years having such a bad day at this stage. Like, so it was a failure of epic proportions, but yeah, that is the
So what
most
did you do to get
memorable
back?
bomb. I was forced to change, right? I mean, yeah, I have always been a guy with ego, man. I mean, my ego got terribly bruised. I am a guy of heart, yeah. I mean, if you are ever pursuing a championship, you need to have an ego, guys. If you don't, people like Raghavan will beat you and go forward. You have to have ego. And ego is not a bad word, really. Ego is what drives you. It's the fire within you, and you need to have that. I had it. I had it in great measure. And what that ego actually told me was, hey, you are not as bad as today. But if it means you have to start all over again, let's start all over again.
So how did
Then,
that
but
journey
I
look
had,
like of starting?
yeah, but I had lost the energy to contest. Ehab. It was a bad failure, yeah, and it was a failure of epic proportions. I wanted to hide. I wanted to hide myself, and while I was hidden, I wanted to prepare. So I took a break from contesting until 2018. I had never taken. Of course, in 2015 I got married, so there was a different kind of a competition. But other than that, I had always been contesting. So I had to take a break. So I took a break and I watched other contestants contest. Always my heart used to say, hey, you could have done this. You could have contested against them. You could have learned. But I wanted to
Mm.
feel that pain. I did. And then I took 2 years off. 1 year I was an area director. Another year.
So what did you do to improve? I think I have lost you. Yes.
Audio went off. Am I audible to you now?
Yes, you're audible now. The video is
Okay.
unclear, but you're audible. So what I wanted to
Okay.
know is, what did
I'm
you do
coming.
in
I'm
that
coming.
break?
Yeah, I'm coming. So those 2 years, right? Then I first of all I watched other speakers and I learned from them on how they were preparing, how they were presenting, what made them tick, and I picked up on many lessons from let's say Ranganathan. Yeah, he used to say if you can't believe that you can do this all over again, you are a one season wonder.
Mm.
Jayan, then my other mentor told me, Raghavan, you have to be a performer on stage. That's who you naturally are. And performers sometimes bomb. So don't let
Mm.
this bomb become your definition. I think these were the two major pieces of advice I picked on to tell myself that, hey, I am not so bad. That was the first preparation. Because in moments of failure, what can happen is you lose confidence in yourself. So I needed to get back that confidence, and so these were the two primary advices. Then about the technique, I did nothing differently. Ihab. I went back to putting my heart out there, creating personal stories that were genuine, authentic, honest, practicing like I have always practiced. Because hey, I eventually went to the district finals, yeah, and you see the poster behind me, right? It says "Believe." That's the only
Mm.
thing in this entire room. I mean, when I was it comes up. So I had to sort of believe in myself. That was the biggest prep. That sort of led into each other. And then I told myself, I promised I will always walk with my feet on the ground. And that I will always consider the stage bigger and better than me. So that was a
Got
switch I have. Otherwise, in terms of technique, I didn't change anything. To this
got it.
day, Raghavan is the same. In terms of technique, Raghavan is the same. But in terms of mindset, everything has changed. Today, I know the stage can envelop me anytime. So, yeah, put my feet on the ground. That's what I did.
So what I'm getting is first, like if I were to put the entire conversation in a nutshell, keep believing, let that ego or whatever it is that drives you to continue driving you, and make sure that you are preparing, practicing, getting feedback from mentors, from family, from friends, and then make sure that you keep going on the stage and
Hmm.
be yourself, be authentic.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You summarized it beautifully, man.
Awesome. So, this is actually what I wanted to uncover from this conversation as well. I hope everyone who has been watching uh, is taking back something and is going to implement something in your life as well. Raghavan, one last question for you.
Yeah.
What are you taking away from this conversation?
No, I mean, yeah, you reminded me of so many things, right? So two things I'll tell you. There is nothing that beats a friendship, huh? Because when was the last time you and I spoke, Ehab, like
Yeah.
a heart to heart? And yet we are able to sort of pick up from where we left, just connect. Some of your WhatsApp messages, if I dig out, it will be stories of love and heartbreak, huh? So, but a good friendship lasts a lifetime. Yeah, so that's. I think you have reiterated that message for me, and you have also actually
No.
reminded me that why I started, where I started, and how I'm going. It's all got to do with the heart. And yeah, I'll remember that for a very long time, Ehab. And of course, a little bit of learning on technically handling Insta Live. I hope this is the first of many to come. But yeah, thank you, Ehab. You made my
Awesome.
evening,
And
and
it was my pleasure,
made me
Raghavan.
this.
And yeah, it's something that I will promise you is that we will stay in touch and let's not
Absolutely,
just do this as a live, but
absolutely.
stay in touch and continue with it.
Thank you. Ehab. Lovely talking
Thank
to you,
you.
man. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Lovely
everyone
talking to you as
who
well.
joined, who listened
Yes.
in. Sorry for the technical glitches in between, but happens. What's a good live without technical glitches, huh?
Yes. Let's go back, prepare, get feedback from the mentors, and then come back and apply.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All
Take
right,
care,
Raghavan.
everyone. Thank you so much. Tada, bye bye. See you. How do I end the live now? Okay.
Oh,
All
wow.
right. Good
That's
night.
good.
We will catch up separately, man. Thank you.